Now, you may be asking yourself, what is Black mental health and why is it differentiated amongst racial and ethnic lines? Black mental health are the individual and collective experiences that influence the wellness of a community.
African Americans have had a difficult time navigating through the United States since 1619. Africans was forced to work on cotton plantations owned by slave owners. They survived through 400 years of hardcore slavery until 1865, when Congress passed the 13th Amendment to abolish slavery. However, they gained limited freedom as they had to follow a segregated system, the Jim Crow laws. Those who defied the Jim Crow laws often face arrest, fines, jail sentences, violence, and even death. By the 1950s, African American and others realized that a form of slavery is still occurring, and they want to put an end to it now. Uproar happened as many boycotted, marched, and joined together to gain all the freedom that they deserve. In 1964, the Civil Rights Act was signed and we gained more freedom, but it's still not all that we deserve. Still, in 2021, we are faced with racism that is embedded through laws within our society. Systemic racism shows up in our everyday lives across institutions like employment, where white workers and other races are more likely to have a high-level job than most African Americans. In education, where schools in low-income areas are underfunded, while schools in high-income areas get everything they need. In housing, where marginalized people are often in the red line areas because of discrimination from landlords and banks for home loans. They want to move out of the inner cities to live a better life, but they're forced to stay in a disadvantaged community because they're not given a chance. And in the criminal justice system, where unarmed Black and brown people are gunned down by the police. Facing so many equalities in the systems that we use to be able to live, we feel so much pressure to be at a higher standard.
I say that I have to be perfect in the sense that I have to defeat stereotypes. I have to be the smartest in the room. I have to try my best because I have to be better than my white counterparts or I won't be considered for certain things.
Being deprived in the United States system and being forced to live through it can affect the mental state of many African Americans. Black males and females are often diagnosed with anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. Many African Americans go untreated because lack of trust in the medical system due to historical abuse. Not only does the past scare us, but having inadequate insurance, the financial burden, the feeling of not being understood, and the blind stigma stops us from receiving the help we need.
We aren't really informed on what it means to have a mental health issue. Long periods of sadness we won't characterize as depression, or moments where we're feeling very anxious or feeling overwhelmed, we won't characterize it as anxiety. We just see them as feelings that we have to let go. We are characterized as strong, resilient, independent as Black women and as Black men. And when we seek help, we feel as if we're playing against those characteristics that describe us.
When mental health goes untreated, it causes us to find solutions on our own. Capital Steez was a New York rapper who often spoke and rapped about his spiritual journey. Some say he didn't know how to handle all the information that he was learning, which led to his suicide in 2012.
Illuminati trying to read my mind with an eagle eye. And the haze got me thinking why we killed Osama and plenty innocent people died. We should see the signs, but we Stevie blind.
No treatment can also steer African Americans to abuse drugs and alcohol to escape reality. This can also influence them to make bad decisions like becoming gang affiliated and getting in trouble with the law.
We need to know that we are strong by trying to figure out what's wrong with us and work against it. We are resilient from bouncing back and seeking the help we need to bounce back. And we are independent because we are taking initiative, knowing that, okay, something is wrong and I need to fix this thing that is wrong.
We have to stop ignoring our mental health to be free from self-destruction. You must go seek the help that you need to break the generation curse. Therapy for Black Girls encourages mental wellness and offers a referral tool to find Black female therapists near you. Therapy for Black Men also offers a referral tool to search for Black male therapists and life coaches near you. There is so many resources you can take part in. It's just up to you to want that difference in your life.
We no longer have to wear the mask. We're survivors. There's help now. We can get help and walk out there with our heads held high and get the treatment that we need so we can go from living to thriving.